this might be a good little segue now to talk about the client testimonial side that we worked on with you. Now, let's just put this into perspective. As Claire's already said, she has done a lot of work on herself, right, already. However, you still realised that you were stuck, right? Can you just tell us, I mean, obviously you don't have to divulge any personal stuff, but can you just give us an idea of why you said to me, Julie, I need your help?
Yeah, I was having quite a difficult year actually, and I was staying afloat, but I was stuck in one of these loops. Like I couldn't work out. Well, I didn't necessarily know what was holding me back, because I guess it was subconscious. Because there's lots of conscious things that I've been aware of that I've been working through, but I didn't know why I was still feeling unable to move forward. And I've been doing my own healing work. I've been working on some ancestral stuff that I've been carrying around. And yeah, and I thought, Julie's there.
I've just set her up.
I want her to work some magic on me. And I didn't really know what to expect. And you did work magic on me. And, you know, as someone who's tried lots of different things at different times in my life, you know, I know that everyone gives you a different bit of magic. It's like it's like a cold, you know, around me there's a cauldron of people who can do lots of different things, and this coming to you was what I needed last year for the session that we had, because I was just going round and round and round. So, and sometimes even when you do this work, you can't see what it is. You need somebody else to help you to pinpoint what the actual issue is, because it might not be what you think it is. And so the way you asked questions was like, but I can't even remember the questions now, but I remember kind of squirming a little bit, thinking, oh, I can't quite avoid this answer. I'm going to have to be really honest.
You can see right through me.
You know, I mean, I'm honest anyway, but I just thought, oh yeah, you're being so direct. I can't wiggle out of it. You know, I've got to be honest with myself, I guess is what I'm getting at. I need to be honest with myself. And so I think that really helped, that you were very much like, let's pinpoint what we need to do and where you're tripping yourself up. But you didn't say it like that. I can't remember how you said it, but it was good. It was really good. The conversation that we had before the the bit where I actually get to, you know, lay down.
Yeah, so what I always like to do is have that preparation session first, where we can really, like you say, like if someone says like, oh, I want to work on this, okay, well, what's this then? Well, okay, so it's basically delving a little bit deeper, isn't it, to actually try and find a little bit. Okay, so what you're saying is we need to look at the relationships, or we need to look at this, or because when we go into the deep dive session, I need to have a little bit of an idea of what direction we need to go on. We can't just go in there and go, oh, brain, can you just fix Claire? We have to tell it. We have to give it instructions. But the deep dive session is pretty magical, isn't it? And it's quite intense.
Yes. Yeah. So do you want me to? I'll share a little bit about one part that was quite. Well, there's two parts that were quite vivid, but one that was quite remarkable was I had suspicions about something that had happened in my family line, and I'd already been doing some ancestral work. And during the session, I can't remember exactly how it happened, but I'm an energy worker as well, so I guess I don't have any barriers, I guess, to drawing some stuff in as well. But I was able to draw in the past, my mother's past. Like, you'd taken me so deep down the line, and you'd connected me to this part and this experience that had happened actually to my mother. And we were able to, you asked these relevant questions to kind of pull out a bit more information when I was in this, you know, connected state with my subconscious and possibly her subconscious. I don't know how that always works, but, you know, whatever it was, you did. And we got some answers. And during that, I was having a physical reaction as well. So I remember my throat feeling really tight, and you were asking me questions, and I could my throat was going so tight that my voice was getting more and more kind of like this, and I can't even do it now. And kind of give an example, because I don't even know how it was happening, but my voice was coming out even more like raspy, and it was as if, you know, it was partly around not being, I think, being heard and not being believed, and there was some.
It might have been anger, mightn't it?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, I can't recall now, but it was all, my body was responding to the clearing that was happening in the session, and kind of it was just really unexpected but amazing, the fact that the ancestral stuff was coming out as well in this session with you. I hadn't anticipated it, and I certainly hadn't expected the physical reaction. And I just, like anybody who is listening, I just want to reassure them that it wasn't hurting or anything. It was the way the energy was working, and, you know, delivering the message and clearing what needed to be cleared. I've got everything was just as it was meant to be. But that was very, very fascinating. And some of the things that I saw as well, like some white spheres in my hips, cleansing, because I've got trauma, which is another reason why I work with women. I've got trauma around my hips, my pelvis, and my womb space, not just arising from birth, but from childhood as well. And so subconsciously, my body was responding to the session with you and transforming and transmuting this energy on either side of my hips that was creating balance. And it's really interesting, because that's what I like to do with women. In some of the work that I do is all about creating balance between the masculine energy and the feminine energy, but I can't always do it for myself. And again, I hadn't expected this from the session with you, Julie. And so it's really wonderful to like receive something from you that potentially I've in the past may have helped some other people with, in terms of the, you know, that feminine energy and that feminine, specific for me, feminine healing. So thank you for that. But there were so many other things as well, but those two specific things really stood out for me.